Good morning. This is the AGORACOM News TV. Today I've got three press releases to talk about from companies that have made news that I wanted to comment on. As you know, this show is designed to find good quality companies for our audience to do research and hopefully find some investment winners out there. On today's show, I've got three companies to talk about, so I'm going to get right to it. By the way, I don't think I introduced myself. I'm Alan Barry Labucan. I'm the host of the show and the chief market commentator for AGORACOM. I hope I didn't do that twice. Okay, so the first company we have today is Mega Precious Metals. The headline from the news is that Mega Precious Metals intersects 58.3 meters at 2.43 grams per ton gold equivalent, contributing to a 30% overall increase in gold equivalent grades from tungsten at its Monument Bay Gold project. This project, Monument Bay Gold project, is in northern Manitoba. This is part of their 2013 exploration and drill program. They mentioned that they had framework continues to verify an additional 13 drill holes intersected broad intervals of significant gold and tungsten concentrations. This is the first time I think they mentioned that they've done assaying for the tungsten as well in this project, and it has increased their overall gold equivalent grades by approximately 30%. For example, they had highlights of a set of drill results. They had old core assay results, and the old core assay results, for example, on one hole, it was previously reported as 40.5 meters of 1.52 grams per ton gold, and then they did the re-assaying and also assayed for tungsten, and they got a 40.5 meter interval of 2.09 grams per ton of gold equivalent. So that tungsten is contributing quite nicely to that number. They also had another hole that the old core assays came out with 58.3 of 1.94 grams per ton gold. And with the tungsten included, it was 58.3 at 2.43 grams per ton gold equivalent. So they are increasing their gold equivalent grades quite handsomely with this tungsten added in there. And then they had some results from the 2013 winter program, and they had some very good grades in there as well, and intersection 62 meters at 1.04 grams per ton gold equivalent. They had an 8.4 meter intersection of 1.79 grams per ton gold equivalent. There was a quote from their chief executive officer and president, Glenn Kuntz, who is, he stated, and I quote, "The most recent drilling is exciting as it continues to demonstrate elevated, potentially recoverable tungsten values along with the gold mineralization. This discovery has exceeded our expectations by enriching the gold equivalent grades overall by a weighted average of 30%. End quote. There's a lot more information in that press release. You can find that on the company's website at the stock symbol is MGP, and they trade on the Venture Exchange. The next press release that I wanted to talk about is Forum Uranium. Forum Uranium, the reason that I'm following this company, I've been following them for a few years. They've been very active over the years in Saskatchewan looking for uranium. I'm a big fan of Saskatchewan. It's the host of the highest grade uranium deposits in the world, and is also where about close to 25% of the world's uranium comes from. I've had a lot of success picking companies out there And for example, one of the companies I picked very early was a company called Hathor. They were ultimately bought out, and were one of my better picks over the years. And I've got also a couple others out there, but one I'm keeping an eye on is Forum Uranium. And why I'm watching that is one of the best discoveries that I think has come out in the last few years out of Saskatchewan is the one that's called the Patterson Lake South uranium discovery that is part of Alpha Minerals and Fission Uranium. I just talked about them yesterday because they had some results out. This is quite an impressive discovery, and Forum has a good chunk of ground in the area around where the Patterson Lake discovery is. So what they've done so far there is they've done the magnetic and electromagnetic survey, which indicates that Patterson Lake, their property, has a conductor. Now, after they find that they call this, they indicate this fertile conductor and others identified by the survey are prospective hosts for basement-style uranium deposits similar to Patterson Lake. So now what they'll do is now they'll go in with radiometric surveys and see if there's any radioactivity indicators on where they found those conductors. And so this is a very good indicator. Their first round of geophysical testing gave them indications that they should do the radiometric survey. I think after they do the radiometric survey, they'll probably do some ground radiometric surveys and then tighten up their drill targets for a winter drill program. And so I'm watching the progress of Forum very closely. I think if you're interested in uranium in Saskatchewan, this is a good one to keep an eye on. Their stock symbol is FDC, and they trade on the Venture Exchange as well. And the final company that I'm going to talk about today is Premier Gold Mines. The headline from the latest news: Premier provides hard rock exploration update. Open pit drilling includes 5.27 grams per ton gold across 22.5 meters. For a open pit type target, that's extremely high grade. This is 100% owned. The Hard Rock project is 100% owned. It's part of the Trans-Canada property located in northwestern Ontario. This property is very close to the Trans-Canada Highway. I think it intersects their property. They're doing confirmation and expansion drilling in the vicinity of known mineralized horizons, and the 2013 drill program, they're doing 120,000 meters with 8 drill rigs. They're very busy drilling this project. Wow, that's one of the busiest drill programs I've seen of all the juniors that I follow. They mentioned that they've had numerous successes, including the discovery of a parallel gold-bearing horizon within the conceptual pit shell, confirming the potential to extend several gold zones and returning high-grade results within several horizons. And then they give some highlight examples from the drilling, high-grade intercepts within narrow vein zones drilled to upgrade the resources in the deeper portion of the conceptual pit shell. Includes 62.54 grams per ton gold across 3 meters in hole MM420 within the Fortune zone, and 95.3 grams per ton gold across 2 meters within the NLC zone in hole HR180. So it's looking like at the bottom of the pit shell they're getting some high-grade veins, so that's a very good indicator of the potential that they may have some underground potential once they finish off with the open pit. That's very encouraging results. Additional results from a new zone discovered, they're calling it their North Wall Zone. to the north of the primary resource area, and the condemnation program includes 3.7 grams per ton gold across 22 meters in hole HR 161, and 2.3 grams per ton gold across 21 meters, and 2.13 grams per ton gold across 15 meters. They mentioned that the potential, this is one of the highlights, the potential to expand several horizons has been confirmed in step-out holes, including the SP zone within the conceptual open pit resource area. Intercepts included 5.27 grams per ton gold across 22.5 meters in hole MM429, and 1.96 grams per ton of gold across 42.8 meters in hole MM380s. They're getting some very nice grades and very healthy intersections in that drilling. There is a quote from Stephen McGibbon, who is the Executive Vice President of Premier, and he stated, and I quote, "Drilling continues to expand on several horizons at Hard Rock and is confirming strong continuity of mineralization within a potentially large open pit shell. This year's substantial drill program will aid in firming up resources for future feasibility studies." End quote. Premier Gold symbol is PG on the Toronto Exchange. I follow this company very closely. This is a very exciting project that they have, their Hard Rock project in Northern Ontario. But that's only one of 3 projects that this company has, including the Hard Rock project. They've got a great project down in Red Lake, Ontario. They recently had some results out from that look very good. And then they've also got a very good project down in Nevada. And the company is loaded up with cash. It's a very strong junior exploration company with 3 high-quality projects, all in the multi-million ounce target type discoveries. And I really think a lot of Premier Gold, you can, again, I think if you, I suggest you do some homework on Premier Gold. And if you do, I think you'll understand why I like this company so much. On that note, that's a wrap on today's show. We do this show, as I mentioned earlier, the goal is to try and help you find companies to do your homework on and find high-quality companies that have the potential to outperform. I do the show within an hour. Today I'm running a little bit late, had some technical glitches to deal with earlier, but I usually do them within an hour, hour and a half of the opening. Today I'm in about 2 hours after the opening. And again, we're looking for, what I do is I look through all the various different news releases and try to find those that sort of stand out to me and then give you my analysis. Before making any investment decisions, it's important for you to do your own homework and speak with your financial advisor. On that note, have a great day, and we'll see you soon.